Welcome to Living in Beauty. It's Thursday, October 19th, 2023, day 2649 on the road, and we're in Memphis, Tennessee. When passing through, some places are too beautiful to leave. So, sometimes we stay. Thanks to Harvest Hosts, a membership club for free overnight camping based on a European model, RV travel is experiencing a resurgence of hospitality not seen since the bygone era of the American auto park of the 1920s to 50s. Some think history repeats itself, and others say it rhymes. I'm keen on the idea that time is a vehicle, and the past is its service station. The real question is, does time change vehicles, or do vehicles change the times? Today, RV tech continues to outpace the race for efficiency against the glacially slow housing industry. For decades, RVs have achieved the highest marks on the affordable, sustainable housing front. Increasingly, resourceful Americans are catching on to the advantage of mobility, prying loose from residential stagnation and the housing crisis to reclaim the open road. And many find the nomadic life is more normalized than recent generations have experienced. The full-time mobile lifestyle is gaining new respect as a public service. That's why safe, legal, and beautiful RV parking is in high demand. Only a decade ago, a long day's drive usually ended with a tight squeeze into an overlit, chain-link fenced roadside RV park with a cheap base gravel pad and rusty, outdated hookups, and it would cost you a motel-sized bill. Today's self-reliant RVers want fresh air in a quiet, spacious, scenic area. A place to relax, watch a sunset, have a bite to eat, take a walk, enjoy some stargazing, and go to bed. No hookups necessary. Harvest Hosts, a membership club modeled on the ancient system of mutually beneficial commerce, is like a secret portal to adventure. We stock our pantry, produce bin, and liquor cabinet directly from the people who cultivate our food and drink. In turn, they reward us with an area where we can grab a good night's sleep without actually having to wake up at the crack of dawn to attend harvest. That is, unless we're invited to lend a hand. Harvest Host's user-friendly website with an ever-increasing list of more than 5,000 hosting locations at farms, vineyards, breweries, distilleries, attractions, and golf courses, has kept our full-time travel lifestyle on course for 8 years. We drop potential locations into our RV Life Trip Wizard program and check for availability as we journey along at our own pace. So far, we've been guests at 138 Harvest Hosts locations. Living in beauty is an active lifestyle, and we need our rest. Harvest Hosts supports our simple mission to immerse in beautiful, new to us, no hassle, secure, outdoor locations. Our hosts are working people, so they understand the need for R&R. Sometimes they will scoop us about farmers markets, festivals, and happenings in the area, like in West Monroe, Louisiana, when we pulled up just in time for a big old Cajun harvest fair. Les îles à bon temps roulées. Harvest Hosts is many things. It's a sanctuary on national holidays when it's impossible to get a site reservation. In regions where campgrounds close for the season, Harvest Hosts is a refuge. Meetups with friends who live nearby is always more fun at Harvest Hosts' destination restaurants and fine wineries. Bottom line, Harvest Hosts is how we roll. Here are some recent favorites from 2022 to 23. Drew Brew, Cle Elum, Washington. We'd never heard of Cle Elum, but we were proud to spend the night in this gorgeous valley, nestled into the heart of the Cascades. After a scenic drive with stops at roadside farm stands, we pulled into Drew Brew, where our host and the food truck served up a meal fit for the gods, pizza and beer. And we took advantage of their free overflow parking area reserved for Harvest Host members. Beauty and the Beast enjoyed a mountain view and safe legal parking while we dined only a few yards away. And the sunset was on the house. That's how it works. Harvest Hosts is a way to promote polite commerce where each party, the host and the guest, enjoy economic rewards. Written reviews are encouraged to help others understand more about your experience. And the next morning, it was only a short stop to Roslyn, an old coal town established in the late 1800s. Generations of filmmakers weave Roslyn into their stories. We were in a jet-setter's moment to see the locations that framed the adorable fictional village of Sicily, Alaska, in the series Northern Exposure, our inspiration to travel to Alaska. Hey, here's a hard-earned living and beauty travel tip. Visiting the Cascades and Roslyn is much easier, far less expensive, and infinitely safer than overlanding to Alaska. Copperbelt Wines, Baker City, Oregon. In easy post-Labor Day traffic, we drove south on Highway 84 along the historic Oregon Trail, following the winding country road in the Snake River AVA region to the doorstep of Copperbelt Wines. Winemaker Travis Cook showed us to our campsite. After we settled in, Travis poured tastings of his excellent European-style wines. As Travis packed up our purchase, he advised us to enjoy the stars, then bid us good night, closed up, and drove away, leaving us alone to savor the soft, rosy sunset and his 2021 Tempranillo. We watched the plume of dust follow his truck over one hill and then the next. There's room for several RVs, and we hadn't planned to be all alone, but this felt good, real good, and could even be criminally fun. Fortunately, Travis didn't recognize us from the FBI's most wanted list. But before commencing with nefarious activities, we sat down to supper. And that's when we noticed the sound of our chewing. We laughed, and our chuckles echoed away, way, way into the distance. The intense silence heightened our senses, and we began to hear new things, like the gentle thrum of air combing through the feathers of starlings winging overhead. Well, that did it. Jim pulled out his drone, while I took glamour shots of wine, danced with my shadow, and belted out Bohemian Rhapsody to cow in yonder pasture. An evening in Paris could not have rendered more memories than the sweet paradise we encountered on that magical October night, all alone with not a care in the world on the Oregon Trail. Good Mills Family Winery, Lodi, California. Being the sole campers at a Harvest Host is not uncommon, especially in fall and winter. The kind owner of Good Mills Family Winery closed the tasting room early to attend a seasonal concert at a neighboring vineyard. Still, she let us buy some wine and invited us to enjoy the pleasures of the garden. So, left to enjoy the grounds as the distant music echoed through the vines, and the supermoon, all puffed up like a silk pillow on a green velvet chase lounge, appearing from behind the mountains. All I'm saying is, it's all good at Good Mills. As we drove down the streets of Bandera, as we drove into Bandera one day, the afternoon sun blazed off the pavement in the hosted parking lot beside Bandera Brewery. Jim stabled the livestock, and we bellied up to the bar for a couple of tanks of suds. The parking lot was level, well lighted, and we could relax in the beer garden while keeping an eye on the rig. A responsibility we take as seriously as card playing. Not all harvest hosts look like a movie set. Some are just a mall parking lot. But after a long, hard drive through Texas, a lighted asphalt lot is a fine place to park the rig and comb her over for signs of damage. Ah, lovely Bandera, the cowboy capital of the world, where meat is always on the menu. We ordered from Marfa, next door to the brew pub. Jim had the tender, juicy ribs, and I ordered a surprise me vegetarian platter. No judgment, you hear? Those lip-smacking flavors made us want to kidnap the cook. Bandera Brewery, we recommend it. Great food, free movies, top-notch brew, happen in town. Just don't play cards with the cat. Panels Up Solar, Laurel, Mississippi. Mississippi is our home away from home, where everyone tells us, you gotta go see Laurel. So at last we dropped by for a visit. Our hosts, Stacy and Justin Ford at Panels Up Solar, generously opened their secure and lighted yard for our overnight stay. No business transaction required. After meeting the Fords and viewing their facility, we can vouch for their knowledge, professionalism, and expertise in custom RV solar installation. And we were also impressed with their enthusiasm for Laurel, the city beautiful. The Fords acted as concierge, offering recommendations and even providing a tour guide. They advised us not to use our bikes on the half-mile highway distance to town, too dangerous. So we unhitched, lowered stabilizers, and went adventuring in lovely, shady, artistic, and relaxing Laurel. Later that evening, we toasted the kickoff to a full year of food, music, and enlightenment in the beautiful Deep South. Mountain Cove Vineyards, Lovington, Virginia. There's a road you've always pictured in your mind. You've never seen it, but you know it's there, somewhere. The winding country road leads to a hidden vineyard, nestled in a pristine valley, with a babbling brook and clover-scented air. You find a place in the field and make camp. You can only stay for one day and one night. Every moment counts. Yet haste has been banished from this valley. So you sit for a while and watch a grasshopper sway on a stem of hay. Up the hill, at the end of the road, there is a winemaker who knows the valley and its stories. He makes the oldest wine in the land. You walk up the road and buy as much wine as you are able to hold in your arms and carry it down the hill. Back at camp, you open a bottle of the wine and nose the herbal bouquet. As the wine rolls slowly over your tongue, you can taste the magical valley and the brook and the joy of the road. Golden Grove Farm and Brew, Pelzer, South Carolina. Whenever we say beer, Computer, our GPS, responds, "Say a command." It's an adorable glitch. But on this hot July day in South Carolina, we were not amused. Computer had jerked us around all day, and now she was throwing shade again, leading us to a fork in the road where one road had a low bridge and the other looked more like an overgrown private drive. Both routes bent into the unknown like a magician holding out two fists, challenging us to pick the one holding a coin. We shunned the bridge and plunged into the dense, overhanging South Carolina scrub. And within moments, we came upon an intriguing settlement of craft brew infrastructure bordering a major freeway. What's this? A hippie oasis hiding in plain sight. Like much of Carolina, Golden Grove Farm and Brew is not to be taken at face value. Golden Grove is a treasure trove of surprises and contradictions. After we settled in under the giant billboard, we discovered we were parked at the entrance to a beautiful, well-maintained 18-hole private disc course. Inside the tasting room, hundreds of personalized mugs dangle from an assortment of hooks, serving as testimony to this beloved neighborhood establishment. The cold craft brew, wood-fired pizza, and crispy, spicy chicken wings were delivered with the usual understated excellence we encounter throughout the South, like, it ain't no big thing, except you've never had it so good. That quality compares with what I call the Southern conundrum, a tendency to neither facilitate nor disregard the past, trusting that things with no useful purpose will eventually decompose. Miraculously, on that hot night, the skeeters were off duty. But as the sky turned cobalt, the lightning bugs presented a dazzling show to the music of pond frogs who drowned out the highway racket. Jim and I had a heart-to-heart and agreed that we said some harsh things to Computer today. Tomorrow, we'll apologize, maybe even get her that new update, and a cold beer. Then we went inside and fell into a deep, forgiving South Carolina slumber. Hodges Vineyards and Winery, Camp Hill, Alabama. As we drove in, we were wondering, is it heaven or is it Hodges? Camp Hill in Tallapoosa County, Alabama, offers the finest Harvest Host accommodations we have ever experienced. Green and manicured as neatly as a golf course, Hodges Vineyards and Winery is a wonderful way to immerse into the beautiful Alabama countryside. The wine is made from old family recipes in the Alabama tradition. We were delighted with the fruitiness and bought several bottles for gifts and are saving some for Thanksgiving dinner. The sites are on concrete slabs in the vines with full hookups. The first Harvest Host night is on the house, but Harvest Hosters inclined to stay longer may request to do so for a fee according to availability. With such friendly hosts, beautiful surroundings, and a wine shop next door, I could stay at Hodges for a month. Hey, they don't call it Camp Hill for nothing. As we approach the holidays, Jim and I are focusing on the good, the people, things, and places that are making life even better. And the mobile lifestyle is high on our list. 100 years ago, at the dawn of the Great American Road Trip, travelers did not have the vast network of roads and public lands we enjoy today. Now, with more efficient RVs and Harvest Hosts, there's no place like home on the road. Thank you for joining us at Living in Beauty. If you like this post and want to be notified when a new one is released, please enter your email address and click the follow button at the bottom of this page. For more info, check out our travel maps and facts. Okay, that's it for now. Safe and happy travels. Until next time.